What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. I cannot believe the Yankees did it. They actually moved on from a veteran that they gave a ton of money to. I didn't think they had it in them. Also staying with the Yankees, a 6'6" monster starting pitcher made his debut for them, and he struck out multiple hitters with triple digits. Jac Caglione, who we once called the next Shohei because we thought that he was going to pitch as well. He's not doing that, but he hit a baseball that may or may not have went into a wormhole and into another galaxy entirely. Mike Trout had not just one, but 2 home runs. So did Ronald. So you already know it's going to be a fun recap unless you're a Justin Verlander fan, because he's done nothing this year but tank his career stats, and yesterday it got even worse. So again, we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. We recap every baseball game almost every single day. So if you want to grow the game with me, leave a like and subscribe. By the way, you guys have been extra nice the last week. I don't know what I'm doing different, but you guys have just been really appreciative of the effort, and it really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And as always, don't forget to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek as well as Underdog Fantasy. Save yourself some money and unlock some free stuff. Coming up first, super quick, I have to show Jac Caglione's home run because it almost brought a tear to my eye. I mean, he's been struggling, so seeing him go almost 470, it did something to me. That was after Salvi went yard again. He's done this 3 times in his last 4 games, and there's Jac Caglione. He went perfect for one of the longest home runs I think he's ever going to hit. 466 feet to straightaway center field. He has home runs in back-to-back games. Chris Bubich, he lost his lead with a terrible 6th inning, but Salvi, he had his team's back. Not only did he make a pretty fun play over there at first base to rob Andrew McCutchen of a base hit, he barehanded it, then he dove and actually tagged the bag. He hammered another baseball for a second of the game. This one's a go-ahead game winner. He has 4 home runs his last 5. He has a 950 OPS with 25 RBIs his last 28 games. Carlos Estevez has 25 saves as the Royals have won 4 in a row. They're 7-2 to begin July. Before we show Trouty, Ronald, and Jazz all blasting off twice in one game and the Yankees letting go of a former batting champion, we have to recap 2 kind of unlikely sweeps. Every time the Dodgers answered, Milwaukee would answer right back. This one was not Tyler Glasnow's fault, who finally came off the IL. He was really sharp actually, but Will Smith, he just kind of threw it away on Sal's 16th stolen base of the year. Mookie put the Dodgers up again when the newcomer Andrew Vaughn clutched up for the 3rd consecutive game. He has 5 RBIs his first 3 games as a member of the Brew Crew. Trevor McGill was throwing darts, like literal flamethrower darts. He struck out 3 in extras. The whole crowd was fired up, and now they're even more fired up after Jackson Chourio had his first career walk-off base hit. That's a clean sweep. The Dodgers have lost 6 in a row. The Guardians, my team, went from losing 10 in a row to being 1 win away from sweeping one of the best teams in baseball. That's why we love this game so much. Angel Martinez went to the Crawford boxes again. He's the one who hit that grand slam versus Josh Hader the game before, and Jose made it back-to-back games with a Jack with back-to-back home runs with Angel Martinez. Slade Cecconi, by the way, is quickly rising the ranks of one of the most fun starting pitchers to watch in all of baseball. He throws 95-96 with a disgusting slider sweeper thing, like he's a straight-up maniac. Cleveland got him in the Josh Naylor trade. Slade has a 2.7 ERA his last 7 starts. Jose Ramirez has 25 stolen bases, so 17 home runs, 25 stolen bases, and J-Rod, no, not Julio, Jonathan Rodriguez made it 4-0. He has been one of the best minor league hitters ever. He's been routinely stinking it up in the big leagues. Maybe this gets him going. Slade, he ends 7 scoreless with his 9th punch out. The yelling, I mean, I would run through a brick wall for this guy. Doubles in the 8th kind of ran him out the game and ruined his shutout. Dubon and Altuve made it 4-2, but Sewald, of all people, came in and he sealed the sweep. That is music to Mariners fans' ears. We'll get into their game versus the Yankees after this wild one, and I mean wild one, down in Anaheim between the Halos and the Rangers. Kawagashioka, Higgy has 8 RBIs his last 4 games. He helped the Rangers score 3 early on, but the Halos also scored 3 early. Trouty, I mean, I'm about to get emotional on this one too. He lifted off after a Sean Newell sac fly, so he ties it. That went 426 feet way out. That was a vintage short swing from Mr. Mike Trout. Joe, that is a rocket double for the lead. We're talking about Joe Adele, by the way. And then the lead vanished a half inning later as Josh Smith made it 5-4. Then d'Arnaud dinged another one. Travis d'Arnaud tied it. He has 5 home runs with 12 RBIs his last 16 games. And Trout put his team up in front again. This time, it's a frozen rope Oppo Taco for a second of the game. He has 16 home runs. By the way, he's 4 away from 400 for his career. Texas, they fought back. Higgy and Simeon made it an 8-6 Rangers game. Simeon swatted out a 2-run no-doubter after Higgy had an RBI double. Do we have another comeback on our hands? We do! What a game! Taylor Ward, he erased the deficit with a 2-run knock, and Soler completed the comeback with a 2-run bomb. 421 feet for the lead. This was one of the most fun games of the year, considering the player of the game was Mr. Fish, Michael himself. He has a near 420 on base since coming back from the IL. He looks locked in lately. The Angels capitalize on that Astros loss. What about the Mariners? The M's have fallen to 6.5 games back in that division, so a win here could actually be kind of big. Cam Schlittler, his name is actually hard for me, I'm not gonna lie. Cam Schlittler, I think that's how you say it. He debuted with a hundo twice. He strikes out Cal and Randy, both on triple digits. Belly and Stanton, they then both ripped RBI singles. I think Bellinger has a 14-game hitting streak. We know that Jazz cracked 2 home runs in this one, so Seattle is really up against it already. Here's a home run from a lefty infielder, but it's not Jazz. Crawford quietly has a 130 OPS plus after hitting his 7th home run. Jazz has a 141 OPS plus thanks to his 2 home run game. In between his first and second home run, Polanco hit another solo home run for the Mariners. Jazz now has 17 home runs, but in 107 games total as a Yankee, he has 28 home runs and 28 stolen bases. Cam got Cal again with the heater. The rookie struck out 7 in his debut, which is clutch after Clark Schmidt went down with Tommy John. Randy will not stop the leading baseball. 7 home runs his last 9 games. He's batting almost 320 since early June, so over a month. Jason, I keep saying that. It's Jason. You guys have corrected me. I'm going to get it right. Jason got one of those runs back, and Judge, he lined one perfectly for 2 more RBI. He has 77 RBI, which ties Seiya for the MLB lead. Good thing that they didn't stay at 6 runs because this would have actually tied it. Rookie Cole Young, that's his first of his career. Hitting your first home run in Yankee Stadium has to be one of the coolest feelings in just human history. Devin Williams, he locked in with 2 more strikeouts. He has 13 saves now and a 2 ERA with 30 strikeouts his last 21 innings. The Mariners, they're 6.5 games back in the West. The Yankees, they can get within 2.5 games of the Jays if Toronto finally loses. But we have one more update about the Yankees. The Yankees are now 1-0 in the DJ LeMahieu-less era. He just got DFA'd. Allegedly, his ability to play third base defensively had diminished so much that the Yankees just said, you know what, we can't really handle this guy anymore. The Yankees are committing Jazz at second base moving forward. They are not going to have him go back and forth between second base, third base, maybe some outfield. They're not going to do that. He is a second baseman going forward. Now, Boone did reveal that DJ, he said he took it decent because he didn't ask for a trade. He didn't ask for a release. He said that he would have taken a backseat kind of bench warmer reserve role. He hit 315 his final 15 games, so someone's probably going to pick him up. He's owed $22 million. The Yankees are going to pick that up, but they've already signed a guy like Jamier Candelario. Who knows if he can bounce back? Cashman said that he's in the third base market already. Maybe it's Geno Suarez. I have no idea, but a tip of the cap to DJ, who hit 324 his first year with the Yankees, 367 in that shortened 2020 season, but since then, it's been rough. A 253 batting average. I do want to mention he's less than 300 base hits away from 2,000. I hope that he gets that chance somewhere else. Let's go find the Jays. Remember, they've won 10 games in a row. The White Sox pitcher, Adrian Hauser, he should have been an all-star. Maybe that's why he's so sick. He's sick. He's not an all-star because the umpire, he stepped back like, okay, I'm going to check him after. He literally hurled in the dugout and then came back out to pitch and carved. And to be honest, he kind of got bailed by Vladdy after Toronto scored 1 because Vladdy tried for 3 after a bad pickoff and throw to second base. That is a Cardinal sin, kids. You do not make the final out at third base. Never, ever, ever. Edgar Caro, he stung a double to score Austin Slater from first base. The rookie catcher who they got in the Lucas Giolito trade a few years ago, he's batting over 320 since the start of June. And the White Sox did it. They stopped the Jays in their tracks. Lenine Sosa gave Adrian Hauser a lead as he scored Caro, and Vladdy made another blunder on the bases. He's looking back and literally slowing himself down. No run scores because instead of getting in a rundown, he's just looking back, and just, again, he's out. Hauser went 7 innings with 1 earned run. He has a 1.5 ERA, but somehow Shane Smith, his teammate with an ERA over 4, is the all-star. Make that make sense. Jordan Leisure has 2 saves. The White Sox just got their 31st win, but they stopped the streak. It's a fun one. That means there's a new longest streak in baseball, and it belongs to another team in the AL East. The Red Sox are streaking. I know it's the Rockies, but straight up, this had to have been one of the best feeling wins of the entire year for Boston fans. Carlos Narvaez, the rookie catcher, has 8 home runs. That's awesome, but here's why it felt like 2 wins in 1. Masa's back. He had an RBI single for his second of 3 base hits he played in Narvaez after Narvaez had another extra base hit. Willier, he flexed that elite bat speed. He has 18 home runs and an RBI in 6 consecutive games. The Rockies got 2 runs thanks to a Kyle Farmer 2-run home run, but I'm not going to show it, and Rockies fans are probably like, it's okay, we get it. Masa, he doubled for his 3rd base hit, which made this a 2-run home run for Romy Gonzalez. It was off a righty too. He's batting .338. on the season. Jaron, the late kick merchant, he is so back. He has back-to-back games with the home run with a 3-run laser beam. Boston has won 6 in a row. Giolito is now 6-1 with the Red Sox with a 3.3 ERA after he had another pretty good game. He went 6 scoreless with 6 strikeouts. What do I mean, pretty good game? That was awesome. Last game before we get into Ronald and the Braves making mincemeat of the A's one day after the A's did that to them. Whoever wins this next game gets to a brand new win plateau. If the Tigers win, they'll have 60. If Tampa wins, they'll have 50. I'm going to skip to the 6th when Tampa turned on the damn turbos and really got after it. Ha-Sung Kim, that's his first RBI as a Tampa Bay Ray. It's also his first extra base hit, and now he's scoring his first run. Taylor Walls brought him in as Danny Jansen and Yandy Diaz both found some holes to really drive up the score. Jansen on the double, and then he scored on the Yandy single. I cannot wait to see this kid in the Derby. He should be on the Guardians. I still can't believe we traded him for Tobias Myers back in the day. I can't even say the 21-year-old anymore. Junior turned 22 on the 5th of July, so the 22-year-old now has 22 home runs. He still owns the best bat speed in all of baseball. The Rays are now 50-43, but check this out. They're 25-19 versus teams above 500. That spells a pretty good recipe for the rest of the season. We've already shown Mike Trout and Jazz both hitting 2 home runs in one game. We're not going to waste any more time. I want to see some Ronald rage because the Braves have been terrible. They took out all of their frustrations on multiple baseballs in this one. Ronald, he jumped on the inside sinker that broke StatCast. Like, there were no stats on this home run, but we do have stats for this one. Drake did not miss. If you know, you know that reference. Drake Baldwin, he crushed a 3-run 431-foot bomb, and then Austin Riley almost matched him with a 2-run home run. It's still the early portion of the game. All the Braves need is a grand slam for the home run cycle because they've had a solo, a 2-run, and a 3-run. Ronald, his second went the other way. He's batting .336 with 11 home runs and an almost 200 OPS plus on the season in his first 41 games. Marcell Ozuna, he did the same thing as Ronald, not 2 home runs, but he bashed one out to right center. He's going to be a free agent after this season, so he only has 12 home runs. Should the Braves trade him, or should they just hold on to him for a miracle October run? Pro far, he's been absolutely terrible, so it's nice to see him do something productive. Bryce Elder finally got a W after striking out 7. The Braves, they're still 40-51 after this W. The Phillies are not too happy with their recent play either, and San Francisco fans had to deal with their wrath. JT Realmuto had a big 3-hit, 2 RBI game, and the 2-timer, he is so back. I think I'm gonna knock on wood. Justin Verlander is now 0-7 on the year, which doesn't even sound real. Later in the game, Harper doubled, so that's 2 extra base hits. He had 0 extra base hits the last 11 games. He had 2 in this one alone. Costi played at Harper for another run. Jesus Luzardo was awesome, by the way. He goes 7 scoreless with 7 strikeouts. Getting him back on track is vital for this team. I'm not talking about Jesus. Harper just laced his 3rd extra base hit of the game. He scored 3 times as well. Alec Boehm cashed him in, and the Phillies ran it up to a fat 13 spot after multiple RBI outs in and around this 3-run nuke from Kyle Schwarber, his 29th home run. He is 1 away from his 7th career 30 home run season. He has a 136 OPS plus the last 4 seasons combined. Devers, he went 0 for again. He even got pinch hit for Patrick Bailey, which is not good. The Giants are now 10-12 with Rafael Devers on the squad. What is going on with the Cardinals? They are 5-8 their last 13 games after getting trounced by the Nationals. Nathaniel Lowe, man, this has been a great trade. He's up to 61 RBIs, and it's crazy to look at his stats. I looked at his baseball reference. He had 16 home runs and 69 RBIs in 140 games last year. He has 14 home runs and 61 RBIs in 92 games this year. Alex Call, he got on twice. Again, he's still sporting an insane 384 on base. Jacob Young, this has to be maddening. Like, if this was MLB The Show, controllers would be smashed. That is a 2-run blooper. Ahmed, he went over the bullpen, 430 something feet, and that actually beat James Wood by a single foot. A rare pulled home run for the Freak. He's up to 24 home runs, 69 RBIs, and an almost 170 OPS plus. I mean, the kid is quite literally going to cartwheel into the Hall of Fame if he does this for the next decade. St. Louis, they got put in a blender by Mackenzie Gore, who struck out 7 across 6. He has a 3 ERA with 138 strikeouts and 112 innings. The Nationals are top 20 in offense, which isn't like the best or anything, but they have a paltry 5.12 ERA as a pitching staff, even after that gem from Gore. So that's the 3rd worst in MLB. They do have some studs in the pipeline, but I really want to see them spend some money this offseason. Cincinnati finally took care of business versus the Marlins, and they needed a game like that because they lost 4 in a row previously. Sandy keeps on tanking his trade value. That's an RBI double for the now 2-time All-Star Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie, he scampered around on the Austin Hayes single, who then scored on a Tyler Stevenson single. Sandy, he just cannot miss bats for some reason over the last year and a half. Ever since he won that Cy Young in, I think, 2022 with the 2-point-something ERA, it was hit after hit after hit after home run. Noelvi, he used the power swing to mash out a long 2-run home run. It ended up being a 6 spot after another Ellie De La Cruz double. I keep forgetting he's only 23 years old, he's already up to 143 extra base hits and 124 stolen bases. First-time All-Star Andrew Abbott, he was just named to the team. He is 8-1. He lowered his ERA to a dazzling 2.07 after going 7 2/3. Will Benson and Connor Norby, they traded some home runs late in the game. They were both meaningless. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I showed those. The Reds, they're back over 500. And one more Ellie stat. He's the first player since 2006. It was Jose Reyes to have 140 plus extra base hits and 120 plus stolen bases by age 23. He still has an entire second half left. He's also hitting 370 with a 700 slugging versus lefties the last month. That was his biggest hole by far. And if he's figured that out, I mean, sky's the freaking limit for this kid. Uh-oh, the Twins are twinning, which usually means we have like 5 horrible health updates coming. No offense, Twins fans, but also it sometimes means that they're standing on business, like Justin Bieber at the beach. At the beach. Oh, God. Okay, so, I mean, Buxton getting hit is like the Twins are twinning, but he also flexed his world-class speed. He's, 31 years old? He's actually running the fastest he's ever ran. That's another stolen base. Buxton manufactured that RBI for Ryan Jeffers. And Carlos Correa kind of got lucky because the ball was hit right in the sun and Tucker was jogging to it. Maybe he just didn't see it. I don't know what happened. But Jeffers, he dove in. What a move. A little swim move at home plate. Matt Wallner, dude, he went to the plaza. He's been one of MLB's unluckiest hitters because he smashes baseballs. Do not let him figure out how to have his luck turn the other way. The Cubs made it kind of close. Correa had an almost web gem. Nico beat out a double play, but that's all they could muster. Royce had a double. Matt had another base hit. And Royce, he scored on the fake double steal. The Twins bullpen has been nails against the Cubs. They held them to 1 hit over the final 3 2/3. Johan Duran has 14 saves. So because the Twins, the Guardians, the Royals, and the Red Sox are kind of heating up lately, the AL wildcard is also heating up. What about the NL side of the wild card? San Diego will fall out of the wild card if they lose this game, and lose they did. James McCann, he brought the home run derby to San Diego with the first of 5 home runs, 434 feet off of Dylan Cease, Eugenio Suarez. This one must have hit the clouds. Like, it probably took out a family of seagulls. Bryce Johnson, he scaled the wall and he just missed it. Gino has 29 home runs. The Yankees are really honing in on Eugenio Suarez if the Diamondbacks can't make a comeback. Slam Diego, it's back, but for all the wrong reasons. Geraldo Perdomo with a grand slam. Cease has been awful in the big 2025. He's down to a 3-9 record with an embarrassing 4.9 ERA. Brandon Pfaadt, he's having a 2025 to forget as well, but he was pretty good. He did allow a home run to Sheets. He's done that a lot this year. He has 50 RBIs, but he ended up going 8 innings with a couple punches. Talking about Pfaadt. Lucky I didn't make a pun right there saying he fought his way. I'm not going to do it. Corbin, I'm really happy that hand is okay. He has 14 doubles, 10 triples, 21 home runs. The Diamondbacks are 4.5 games back of the wild card. The Padres are out of the wild card and 1 game back of the Giants, with the Cardinals and the Reds sandwiched in between those teams. And there we have it. Another recap in the books. Again, one more time, thank you guys so much for being so nice and appreciative of these videos over the last few days. It's been like, it's awesome. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're just growing the game of baseball together. Appreciate you guys and enjoy the web gems.
Is that right? Yes. Shallow fly ball. Chourio slides. Robert Jr. waited on it, now coming in. Back through the middle. Oh, what a stop by Taylor Walls for the out. There's going to be a line drive to right, and Alex Call. Presley leaping in the air, underhands to Bush.